Imagine playing GTA 5, but it was ultra realistic, where everything in the game, from the way your vehicle handles to the way the camera is when you're shooting weapons, is completely changed. In today's video, I've installed tons of mods to GTA 5 to make it the ultimate realistic experience. Now let me introduce you to something called Viewpoint 5. This is an insane mod. You may have seen a game trending lately called Bodycam, and this mod pretty much does that to GTA 5, but it does a lot more than just that. First of all, let me just say this completely overhauls the first-person camera in GTA 5. Now, walking down the street or driving vehicles has never felt so realistic. You can customize so much about each camera angle. You can even set the settings for each individual vehicle and the game will remember them next time you enter that vehicle. Driving in first person at night in the rain now actually feels real. It feels so calming and relaxing just to experience this game in a new viewpoint. Gunfights are now so much more intense. I customized the angle myself, and now whenever I aim my weapon, I get this body cam style camera, and it just makes firing weapons that much more realistic. Partnering this up with the realistic weapon sounds pack makes gunfights in GTA 5 now feel completely different to how they did in the vanilla game. Not to mention that speeding down the highway at night time, just looking at the beautiful environment, has never felt so real. And that's mainly thanks to Viewpoint 5 and also Natural Vision Evolved, which is the graphical mod overhaul I've opted for today's video. Natural Vision Evolved is my choice for graphics, because it consistently delivers exceptional lighting, texture overhauls, and vegetation overhauls among many more to GTA 5. One of my favourite features is the stunning volumetric clouds, which you can actually fly above and through them rather than them just being a texture within the skybox. I also decided to keep the orange lighting style for streetlights because it gives off somewhat of a cozy, relaxing, nostalgic feel, just like those night drives we went on when we were kids. Oh, and also, when you activate fog at night time, the game has never looked so incredible. Just look at the footage here of me walking near Franklin's neighborhood at night time. Thanks to Viewpoint 5, you get this cinematic camera feature, where it looks like it's been done in Rockstar Editor, but believe me, this is in-game footage. This now allows you to walk down the street and capture really cinematic camera angles. In addition to the atmospheric fog, I've also reintroduced the sandstorm effect mod from the previous GTA 5 video we did. This mod transforms the area around sandy shores into a stunningly immersive environment. Previously, you'd only see a small amount of sand and dust blowing in the wind, but this mod intensifies the effect, creating a gritty, hot, and realistic atmosphere to anywhere in the desert. It kind of looks a lot like Red Dead Redemption 2, which in my opinion is a really good thing. But there's so much more to making a game realistic than just graphics. Another mod that pairs really well with Viewpoint 5 is the Euphoria Ragdoll overhaul. The animations in GTA 5 feel quite unimpressive, so this mod restores the more dynamic ragdoll system from GTA 4, and the result with Viewpoint 5 is now totally unpredictable firefights. Weapons feel like they're actually doing damage, and enemies react slightly more realistically than they did previously in the vanilla version of GTA 5. Also, I was totally baffled when Rockstar removed crouching from the game, so I re-added it with this mod. This allows more effective hiding on rooftops and sneaking to avoid detection by cops. The mod also allows you to go prone as well, however there are some glitches. However, just having crouching is an awesome feature that I've missed so much since playing GTA 4. But you probably want to know what I've done to vehicles, and I've done quite a lot. First, the handling in GTA 5 feels way too light. Vehicles lack the weight and suspension needed for a more realistic experience, so I installed VehiclesV, which brings the handling closer to GTA 4. Vehicles now lean when you're turning, acceleration builds up realistically, and turning corners at full speed results in, well, realistic outcomes. Combined with Viewpoint 5, police chases have become so much more intense. You'll actually need skill now to navigate corners, planning ahead at each junction just in case you have a crash. And for those who crave even more realism, I've added the manual transmission to the mix. Now I can actually see my character changing gears when they do so, which I think goes so well with Viewpoint 5. And for extra ultra realism, I added a fuel system called LeFix Speedo and LeFix Simple Fuel. a speedometer, and also a fuel system. Now you can actually run out of fuel if you forget to refill it at a gas station. Fuel gauge works in first person with viewpoint 5 and on the gauge on the side of the screen. To refuel, all you need to do is pull up at one of the 11 gas stations around San Andreas and press the indicated key to fill up on fuel. I think this adds another level of strategy to the game. You can customize how often the fuel runs out, and if you run out of fuel during a police chase, well, things get even more difficult. You don't want to be stuck on foot when you run out of fuel, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. I've gone ahead and installed the lockpicking mod. This mod takes vehicle theft to the next level with a detailed minigame where you have to actually break into a car with a lockpick manually. The process involves interacting with a series of dials and pins, aligning them correctly to unlock the vehicle. But it gets even better. One of my favourite mods I've added that works insanely well with viewpoint 5 is the vehicle inventory system. I really like the UI, the user interface. It looks really great and works perfectly with viewpoint 5. It's so unrealistic to be able to carry 20 weapons at once. So now you can access the trunk of your vehicle to get hold of your weapons. Now your personal vehicle is just as crucial as you are surviving during a police chase. If you lose your vehicle, you may lose access to your weapons if you didn't manage to make it to the trunk on time. In my opinion, it makes the gameplay so much better. And let's be honest, we've all been there, following traffic lights and pretending to be a normal person in the streets of GTA. Well, the indicator mod now lets you use your blinkers manually with the press of the keyboard. You can even use hazard lights as well to make your driving feel and look more authentic. Now, you can truly roleplay as a law-abiding citizen if that's something you're interested in doing. But if you're not interested in being a law-abiding citizen, I've got an insane police wanted level overhaul to show you in a few moments' time. But something else I wanted to add really quickly was the ability to talk to NPCs. Something you could do in Red Dead Redemption 2, and now thanks to this mod, the dialogue system, you can now talk to NPCs that you pass on the street. This allows you to greet, antagonize, and even defuse situations. I'll admit some of the dialogue situations are a little bit glitchy, but it adds so much more immersion to the game, and I personally really like it.
What exactly is wrong with you?
Punk ass motherfucker. Man.
Yo.
Purple gang, bitch. We winning this game.
Whatever.
Hey, this ain't no thing. Stall out.
Bitch.
Hey, time out.
And something else I had to do was overhaul the forests, and that's where Forests of 5 comes into play. Have you ever noticed that the woodlands in GTA 5 are completely barren and desolate of trees? Well, in this mod, it actually finally adds hundreds of trees across San Andreas. Now, finally, flying through the canyon or going hunting in the woods feels totally immersive. Thanks to Natural Vision Evolved and the foliage overhaul, they now also include HD trees as well. So, paired up with this mod, Forests of 5, I now have not only giant forests to explore, but we also have HD trees as well. And if you want to soak up the beauty, why not go ahead and install the sitting mod? This just allows you to stroll up to a bench, take a seat, take a breather, and take in everything that we've added so far. It's a small mod, but I feel like personally mods that help you interact with the world better are definitely ones that are needed if we're trying to make the game as realistic as possible. But let's talk about the wanted level overhaul. RDE, Realism Dispatch Enhanced. RDE introduces a 10-star wanted level, over 200 new police skins and variants, specialised departments for each district, police dogs, and even Coast Guard. The higher your wanted level, the more intense the response gets, with Noose and FIB all the way to Juggernauts and military. As you get a higher wanted level, the stars will progressively turn more red. This is essentially how the 10-star wanted level works. Eventually, you'll see military units being deployed from a cargo bob, parachuting into the battleground to take you out. If you're speeding on the ground in a supercar, expect vehicles suited to highway patrol that can keep up with you. If you take to an aircraft, expect the military to take you down. It adds a whole new strategy of realism to the game, and as I said, there's tons of different districts now with their own police forces. They even added female police officers just to mix things up even more. If you're driving away from the cops at night, you might spot a laser sight aiming at you. If you're on foot, you might have a K9 response unit on your tail. And let me tell you, when you have a police dog chasing after you in first person with viewpoint 5, it just makes it so much fun. Not only that, but they've completely overhauled how roadblocks work. You can now find roadblocks with news reporters, signs, and just more effective layouts. And one of my favourite features about this is that police no longer know exactly where you are at any given time. You can now actually hide down alleyways and watch them as they speed by, something I personally think is incredibly important. So, for you guys to truly soak up all the mods we've installed in today's video, I'm going to leave you with a couple of minutes of gameplay footage. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and make sure you subscribe for more videos just like this.